NFT land, the most undervalued bet in the NFT space right now. We will talk about this and more in this episode of Blockchains, but before we do that, guys, please remember to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and also, very importantly, join our Discord community, which you can find a link to in the description down below, because it is only there that we share the most data-driven insight for the entire NFT space. Now, let's go ahead and jump into the content. So we have been seeing in the past couple of weeks a tremendous price appreciation, a tremendous price development for many projects in the NFT space, especially the PFP projects, especially the blue chip projects in the PFP section. So if you've been following this channel for a while, you might remember that I said multiple times that we would have seen a run up for Clone X. And if you've been following this channel since December, you might remember when I talked very positively about the Mutant APO Club and the fact that we could have seen the birth of basically just another blue chip entry. And right now, I think that long term, these projects will keep on appreciating in value. But for now, we have seen a very, very strong run up. We have also seen a sharp correction in the past 48 hours, and that correction might not necessarily be over, right? And I think that the most undervalued bets are not right now, at the moment of recording, in the PFP space. I think actually that the most valuable plays are in the NFT land space. And I'll tell you more in a second. So why do I think that first and foremost? I believe that all these high volume weeks that we had for a month now, even more than that, generated a lot of royalty fees that right now are in the chests, in the treasuries of this project. So basically, you guys might be familiar with the fact that whenever you purchase an NFT, a royalty fee that typically is in the neighborhood of 5% up to 10% actually goes to the project itself. So every time you sell, you are also giving 5% of that price to the project itself. So if there is a lot of volume, if so many transactions are occurring, it means that these projects, the treasuries of these projects, are getting rich. And question is, what happens to that money? Now, if the project is a rug pull, that money is not going to be poured into new initiative, new investments. But if the project is legitimate, if the project is serious about developing their brand identity, then they are going to reinvest that capital into new initiatives in the NFT space. Some examples could be buying more land into some of these other metaverse projects. Now, in the vast landscape of these projects, these games that entail land ownership, which ones are you going to pick? Now, my take, and this is pure speculation, it's pure narrative, but my take is that there are two large families, so to speak, two large groups in these initiatives, in these NFT land-centric projects. There are some projects that have land that is destined for a specific purpose. For instance, Metaverse, for instance, World Wide Web land, where land serves a specific purpose. And when you buy land, you're buying an asset that does one specific thing, that has one specific role in that game. But then there is another family, another group, where land is a general purpose asset, where you can own that land and you can build whatever you want on the land, something that maybe will represent you. And in this other group, I think that the most value is going to accrue, guys. And so I picked the three projects. These three projects are not new names. These are old names that you guys know already. But I think that this is where a lot of value is going to be accrued in the next weeks and months. And these projects are NFT World, NFT Worlds, Decentraland, and Sandbox. Now, I'll tell you why in a second, and I will provide you some research for the three of them. So first of all, I want to start from some quantitative data for Decentraland, and this is because the market information around exchanges, around transactions for Decentraland is very hard to find. You guys might remember that if you go, for instance, in the Decentraland page and you go in the activity panel, you don't find the typical chart that describes the price action, the price development in the past few weeks. You don't find it here for Decentraland. So I saved that information on another application that I have built. And if you see here for the past month, this price has been up only, guys. This is very, very rare in the NFT space. And why is it rare? It is rare because the NFT space is constellated by so many pumps and dumps, so many of these dynamics where there is a lot of volatility, where a project goes to the moon one day and the next day goes down and nobody cares anymore. Instead, Decentraland has always been there delivering since 2017, and price by and large has always been appreciating. Of course, it moved together with the bear markets in the crypto community at large, but in the past few weeks, we have seen a lot of constant and steady appreciation in terms of price. And I expect this to be the case also for NFT Worlds and the Sandbox going forward, guys. Now, when it comes to the technological development of these projects, we can start from the Sandbox. If you go on the pages of the Twitter pages of the Sandbox, NFT Worlds, and the Decentraland, you see that their Twitter feed is full of announcements around their product developments, around their technological developments or community developments. And this is very different from what happens in the PFP space. In the PFP space, all these posts are around art, are around building a brand identity, are around building a vibe together with the community. But there is not a lot of information, new developments that are around product, that are around technological improvements, actual build-up of their product and their proposition, their value proposition. But in the NFT land space, things are completely different, especially for these three projects. Now, one of the riskiest bets right now is NFT Worlds, but I like it a lot because they kept on delivering on their promises on the technological side, especially when it comes to the layer 2 aspects, and also when it comes to the tokenomics, the possibility to stake your NFT world, so basically your NFT. And I think that as much as this is the most high risk, high rewards bet, this is also one of the most interesting projects amongst these three. And Decentraland stands on the other side. This is the most Lindy project of the three. Basically, Lindy means that it's the most reliable one, is the one that is less likely to disappear in the future. This has been there since 2017. And you can find their manifesto for 2022 here, which I read, and there are so many cool things that they have in store. And by the way, so many other projects have been in build mode right now and kept on delivering. And these projects are in synergy with Decentraland, are building on top of it or together with it. So I think it's very, very cool. Now, when it comes to social signals, I think that the Sandbox is the one that has the strongest social signals amongst the three of them. There are very few projects that have a Discord above 250K. There are very, very few projects in the NFT space at large that have more than 250K total members in their server. Now, they do not have so many active members, but at the same time, they have so many followers on Twitter, more than any other project of similar nature. Also, they're building an extremely cool community on Reddit, and they're advertising that a lot. And on the opposite side of the spectrum, there is NFT Worlds. The social signal here is not that strong. However, the technological side is, as I mentioned just now. Now, if you guys like these kind of charts that will fetch information around Discord server, social signals, and also very recently we are starting to develop some metrics also around Twitter followers and Twitter activity, you can find this information in our Discord. You can fetch this chart for any project you want. Okay, so you will be able to fetch information about Discord activity for every project you want. And if you want to fetch these charts, just join our Discord community, which you can find a link to in the description below. With that, guys, I hope that I've informed you sufficiently. I hope that this video was useful for you to make your own research. And if that is the case, please remember to subscribe and hit the like button. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.